Gfuel just laid off a bunch of people in their partnerships team, and why that could be the canary in the coal mine of things to come in influencer marketing. If you've been paying attention to Twitter over the last 24 hours, it's probably impossible for you to have missed the news about Gfuel and layoffs that occurred yesterday and the reverberation effects from that. But while I've got you here, if you're not already subscribed, click the subscribe button. I do a lot of videos like this. We talk about a lot of this stuff in the creator space, and I think you'll find it interesting. If you find this interesting, this is probably going to be one of the more drier ones. You'll find other stuff that I do engaging as well. So make sure you click subscribe and the like button. Look at me being a professional YouTuber. Yesterday, I wish this came under better circumstances, by the way, but sometimes the news cycle doesn't always give you the best stories in order to talk about something. Yesterday, Gfuel fired without warning, evidently, many people in their partnerships team. These are the people that work directly with creators in order to make sure that they get paid, in order to make sure that they get product, in order to make sure that they have giveaway items and other ways of working with them directly to help support their careers. So we've got a bunch of tweets here. These are the people that were tweeting about it yesterday that kind of kicked things off. This is Deathly saying, today is my last day at Gfuel. I've spent 3.5 years fighting for my amazing team and our creators that I have been so grateful to work alongside. Here's it's Tanakins saying, today was my last day at Gfuel. Appreciate all those that I had the pleasure to manage and work with. Cosmic Kate, today is my last day at Gfuel, my dream job that I worked so hard for. Jesse saying, effective immediately, I am looking for new work. I manage an extensive amount of creators, affiliates, and partners. This is Trev saying, today is my last day at Gfuel. Appreciate all those that I had the pleasure to manage and work with. Here's Anthony saying, today is my last day at Gfuel. Appreciate all those that I have the pleasure to manage and work with. So very similar messaging coming from all of them. Now, the effects of that in the streaming space were immediate in that we saw a lot of people actually speak out, and people who are directly partnered with Gfuel also speak out, and some of them rescinding their representation of being with Gfuel. This is Jericho who tweeted, LMAO, I've been telling y'all about how shit Gfuel and its owners are since I was one of their first partners in 2012. Trash. Stop promoting it. Here's A Drive. Attention Gfuel. I am very frustrated to hear the reports of what took place at Gfuel regarding the harassment and firing of several key members of their partnership team. As one of the largest Gfuel influencers with one of the top-selling flavors, I feel embarrassed and betrayed. I'm feeling conflicted about continuing to promote a product I love after being informed that the people I work closest with at this company are being treated unprofessionally, to say the least. Strongly urge that Gfuel speaks out about these issues, addresses them, and ensures that the workplace culture is appropriate and fair for all of their employees and partners. Do the right thing. I'm awaiting your reply. Here we have Zen Goat saying, officially ending my partnership with Gfuel. Here's Dino saying, no longer partnered with Gfuel. Here's Haley saying, I've made the decision to no longer be partnered with Gfuel. iFire Monkey announcement, I've decided to part ways with Gfuel as a partner. And then we have Joshy here who kind of summarizes things rather well. I count 55 partners and affiliates announcing they are ending their contracts with Gfuel. That's one sort of restructure, I suppose. Now, if you've been paying attention to economic indicators, which I'm not sure that many people have, the stock market is down quite significantly, both American and global stock markets. We've seen the Bitcoin market lose 60% of its value. We've seen altcoins that have dropped 90. Now, I want to point out I'm not an economist. I am not a professional trader in any sense, so this is not meant as financial advice or anything. But what is clear is that things are on the decline, and that is due to fear of recession. You've obviously seen the impact of paying for things where prices are at the grocery store are up significantly. You've probably heard numbers like 8.6% inflation rates over the last little while. We have Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, who is admitting that she was wrong about inflation. They were originally saying that it's transitory and that it wouldn't actually be a significant issue. It's a significant issue. In Canada here, we have our finance minister saying that a soft landing is not guaranteed. And what they're talking about in a soft landing is whether or not they can take the economy down, reduce the inflation rate down to the targeted 2% from where it is right now, a very elevated rate, and try to avoid a recession. Will that happen, though? I don't know. Nobody knows, and that's kind of the big question right now. And so when it comes to G Fuel, and when it comes to layoffs, in a recession, that becomes very, very common. Unemployment rates go up. People lose their jobs. And in fact, if you can actually find articles talking about Jerome Powell, the leader of the Fed, who handles monetary policy. I know this is a little dry, but he's talked about how and why it's somewhat important for people to make less money. Because when people make less money, they cannot purchase as many things, which helps to cool inflation. You're basically creating demand destruction where the desire to purchase things or the ability to purchase things ends, and as such, inflation comes down because right now there's too much money trying to purchase too few things, leading to inflation. So that's a very, very basic crash course in inflation and recession, by the way. That's obviously a very toned down version of it. But to tie this back into G Fuel, in a recession, marketing and advertising budgets end up getting cut. They get reduced, and marketers need to prove that they're actually going to result in sales. For a business, marketing budgets are somewhat expendable. When times are good, you spend more on marketing. When times are tight, you have to spend less. And the key for a business to survive a recession is having cash, being cash flow positive. So I had tweeted this out the other day. In the times that we live now, we've never, other than COVID, we've never had a significant economic downturn, especially not one that globally, in the influencer creator era. So what happens to creators? Well, if you create content that is ad-supported, such as on YouTube or on Twitch, because there are ads, and obviously we've had a lot of talk about the recent ad increases or proposed increases by Twitch, ad rates will drop. There will be the demand for ads will drop, meaning that overall the prices will drop on those, meaning that the cuts that creators get will reduce. In terms of influencer marketing and sponsorship campaigns, there's going to be less money to go around for the creators who want to do it. And thirdly, as an individual, if your content is fan supported in the form of bits, subs, Patreon, OnlyFans, sometimes not even sometimes, if people lose their jobs or are in economic hardship, the first thing that they're probably going to have to cut is things like entertainment. Now, there might be a lagged effect to that as well, in that if people don't have the money to travel, to go to movies, to go out for dinners, and they're staying home more, they are going to be looking potentially for more free entertainment in the form of things like YouTube and Twitch, which may mean that despite the fact that ad rates have gone down, the lagged effect of that might be that overall there's more views that occur, which, balances out the ad revenue. How does this relate back to G Fuel? All in all, I think it's really, really important for content creators right now, if you currently have sponsors, if you currently have the vast majority of your income that comes from individuals, I think it's very important that you start to think about the future and what it means if we do enter a recession. For the people who did have jobs at G Fuel, I really do hope that they land on their feet. If there's anybody that is watching this that is looking to hire partnership managers, take a look, reach out to them. These are obviously very good people that a lot of people very much like. If a lot of people are leaving their partnerships because these people were fired, that is a valuable thing to a business. So keep an eye out for these folks if you are looking for partnership people. And ultimately, let's fingers crossed that this is unnecessary worry on my part. Let's hope that we don't have a recession, and let's hope that the things kind of continue in a positive trending manner for content creation, for streamers, and that we see a positive future without any economic downturn. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.